Hello everyone, this is Alexandria and welcome to my channel. This episode is a little bit of an odd one because I started recording it right before I rebranded my channel from Misty Gaming to This is Alexandria. So let me catch you up on everything I have done so far in this episode of Reborn Archeology. Today we are going to be filling out the very first of our Ice Age creatures down here, the Mammoth, and I am super excited to bring these back. I really don't remember what they look like from either mod, but we have two for Fossils and Archaeology, so we're going to do two for the Jurassic Reborn mod. Now, I believe if we hop down here that this is the Mammoth enclosure, so it is absolutely massive as it needs to be, and I actually hope that it's going to be big enough. Now, I'm going to go get them started in the lab and do some brainstorming for what we actually want to do with this enclosure. I have done a little bit of kind of messing around, and I think I have a pretty good palette going for the enclosure. And I realized that these three enclosures all have elephant-like prehistoric creatures. So we're actually going to do all three of them because I think they're going to have essentially the same, fence outline because, there's not all that much you can do with a fence and still keep it unique. But we are going to be using some dark oak logs for the pillars, some chiseled deep slate, some polished deep slate, and some regular deep slate. And the other two creatures are the Platybeladon, which has a very special place in my heart because if you watch my very first series on this channel ever, I was also creating a dinosaur zoo, and the Platybeladon was my very first prehistoric creature that I revived. And then this one over here is the Deinotherium, which just based off of its little DNA disc looked a lot like an elephant, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Either way, we are building all three enclosures, and I hope you enjoy a little montage of me building up these enclosure walls. And just like that, the walls for our first enclosure, the Mammoth enclosure, are up. I really like how they turned out. I used some of the chipped logs on the tops and bottoms of the pillars, and I think it turned out awesome. I'm glad I chose to do the deep slate, but essentially this palette is the actual build itself is really similar to our Pachycephalosaurus enclosure, but with kind of a different palette of blocks, and I think it works perfectly. I'm going to go and essentially do the same wall for the Platybeladon and the Deinotherium. I did say that right. Yes, I did. I might change up a few blocks, like I might do spruce instead of dark oak for one of them. Maybe the Platybeladon since it's right next to the Mammoth enclosure. But after I get that done, we are going to come back together to work on the enclosure interiors. And just like that, we have our two other enclosure walls up. And I've also gathered the resources that I need to complete these interiors. And I am thinking that I want it to be, obviously Ice Age cold, and as you can see, it is currently winter right now because of the Serene Seasons mod, but this will all melt. So I'm thinking kind of a cold spruce biome vibes in here, so podzol, coarse dirt, gravel, and then obviously as we cycle through the seasons it'll still keep that, cool to temperate biome look, or cold to cool biome look. And then when it cycles around to winter, which feels like all the time, we are going to have actual snow. So no snow always, but snow sometimes, which I think works great. So let's just get these interiors done. I have officially finished the mammoth enclosure, and I wanted to check in with y'all before I started on the other two and show you what it looks like. So I think it looks super good. It's covered in snow, and that's actually the natural snow from Serene Seasons. And I just tried to kind of lots of ferns, lots of grass, stone, podzol, gravel, a cute little stream, and these rock formations in the back to kind of go with the natural terrain. I think it turned out okay. There's definitely some areas of improvement. As you can see, this is the one with less snow, and it doesn't look as good. So I might see if I can, manually go and place in some snow when the seasons change and this all melts, and see if it actually sticks around. But I'm gonna do a pretty similar thing in these two enclosures over here, and I will bring y'all back so that we can spawn in our dinosaurs. Now that you are all cut up, I have finished these ancient elephant enclosures, in the Ice Age section, and I think they all turned out great. So let's spawn in our creatures, and we're gonna start with the Deinotherium because it's just gonna spawn in instantly. So, boom. Oh my goodness. That stop! I love that color! Okay, they are huge, so we will have to see how big they actually get, and potentially we might have to expand the enclosure somewhere. I'll find a spot to expand it so that they have some more space. But oh my goodness! They look fully grown already. Okay. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Where's my paleopad? What? Okay, so this one's the female. So they're herbivores. Okay, so they are an extinct relative of elephants and mammoths. So I was right. Completely, potentially wrong about their environment, but that's okay. This is Minecraft. But here's their little description. You can pause the video and read it if you want to learn some more about them. Next, oh my goodness. Both of these mods are so cool. I know I say this every episode. Oh, the little tusk animation. Trunk. That's a trunk. It's not a tusk. Oh, they look so good. Okay, we have more dinosaurs to spawn in, and I think I want to do the mammoths next. So let's do the Jurassic Reborn mammoths. Oh! I was not expecting it to... Oh, it spawns in the air! Okay, so we have an orange one and a white one, and they look like they might be smaller than the Deinotheriums. So the white one is the male. Okay, and here's the screen for the mammoths, though I think a lot of us know about the mammoths. I know I personally watched Ice Age as a kid, and I just loved it. But we did get their environment mostly correct. Snowy tundra. I tried to make it look more interesting, and hopefully there should be some glowing things in the floors. I might have missed this half, but as you can see, these are glowing. That is because I hid framed blocks and then clicked them with glowstone around so that they would in fact grow. But oh my goodness, let's get the other mammoth started. So FA or fossils in archaeology is a little bit different in how the mammoths work, or mammals. That's the word I was going for. So for the mammals, you do need a mother creature, and you right-click the embryo on them, and then they are pregnant, and they are going to give birth to the mammoth once this counter goes down. So I did bring 2 cows into here. I am sorry, cows, but you are now test subjects and are helping bring mammoths into the world. So let's take a second. Let's look at these. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, their tusks are so big. Holy snot, they're huge. Do they have the little trunk animation too? Oh, they have blinking animations. I just saw this one blink. I'm gonna sleep real quick, and I'll bring you back when these guys have spawned in. Okay, this one is about to give birth. Oh, there's the little guy! Oh my goodness. Okay, I guess I should see if this is... yes, this is a guy. I am the owner. We have a very happy mammoth. And, oh, this one is in the world now. This one's actually a female, and she's untamed. Oh, no, I think I missed my chance. I might have to wait to tame her until she's an adult. I'll have to see. Oh, and this mob can be sheared. How fascinating. This is the fossils and archaeology description of the mammoth, if you would like to pause and read it. It tends to be a little bit more paleo-accurate than the Jurassic Reborn one, just because this mod's whole thing is being paleo-accurate. But now we have our mammoths all nice and happy, and the very last creature we need to spawn in is the Platybeladon. So I'm gonna bring our cows over here, come here, which should be pretty easy. Here's the other cow, and we're gonna grab our Platybeladon embryos. And I'm gonna fill up the feeders with some melons, because that seems to be a pretty good food for the herbivores while I wait. Okay, I'm mute. Oh, perfect! Our Platybeladons! Oh my goodness! They're so cute! Okay, so we have a male, and we are naming him Henry after our very first dinosaur, and we have a female. So if you would like to name the female, please leave your suggestions in the comments. Oh my goodness, they're so cute. Ah! Okay, Henry, I'm gonna go grab him a name tag, and then I'm gonna go grab some toys as well. So I'll be right back. So we are back, and this is our male. So his name is Henry. And unfortunately, I was still out of some of the resources to craft the toy balls, but we have these scratching posts, and I think they're really gonna like those. I see them all the time in real zoos for the elephant enclosures. So I also made some for our cute little mammoths. Oh my gosh, that animation is so cute. I'm assuming it's their laying down animation. But the cows were doing this too. Like, they loved being up at this spot. So I don't know if that's just a Minecraft pathfinding bug or what, but oh my goodness, we have 3 whole enclosures built. Whew, that took me absolutely forever. But let's finish out with a little tour of what we have done so far. So the very first enclosure we built was the Pachycephalosauruses, and the ones from Jurassic Reborn have ice cream themed names. So we have Creamsicle and Rocky Road, and they are doing absolutely amazing. And over here for our fossils and archaeology ones, we have Daisy and Petunia. They are also doing great. Daisy, I think we spawned in this episode or last episode. I honestly can't remember at this point. And then our second enclosure was the Megalodon enclosure, which was absolutely massive, but I think it turned out so good. And our Megalodons are now fully grown and enjoying life. This is the Jurassic Reborn ones. Oh, they're so cool looking. And these are the fossils and archaeology ones, which are... they're a little derpy sometimes, but I love them. They're so cute. Ah. Okay, I think their swimming needs a little bit of work, but they're cool looking. And then finally, up over here, we have the enclosure we built last episode, which is the Velociraptor enclosure. And these guys are still really tiny. Our male Velociraptor actually got out, and I came over here to check on them, and the male was just out and running. I had to put him back in. And then, of course, our fossils and archaeology ones are doing well, too. Oh yeah, there's all 4 of them in there. And then way back over here are the enclosures we did today. So I think we've made so much progress on this park in these last couple episodes. I'm really proud of the work that I've been able to do. And just for a reminder, we have our mammoth enclosure, which both mods had mammoths. And they are just out here chilling. They have a lot of growing to do, and they of course need names. Then we have our Platybeladon enclosure, and they're huddling in the corner. And I'm gonna set these cows free. They did great, but they can go be free now. And then finally, we have our Deinotheriums, which I love. I absolutely love the blue skin on this one. And this one is the this one's the male. The female's the blue one. So he looks cool too. Yeah. We'll see how big they get. I might need to expand the enclosure. So that is all the Minecraft content I have for y'all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and going forward I am going to be reading some scripture at the end of my videos. If you are leaving before that, I hope you have a great day, and if you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, do all the things, and thank you so much. But for those of you staying, today we are going to be reading John 3:16 through 17, which if you pay attention is in the description of every single one of my videos. And it reads, "For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life. For God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but to save the world through him." And that's it. The edition I'm reading is the NIV edition, if you are curious, but I hope you all have a great rest of your day.